Yes, indeed, this is the Polar Lights True Godzilla. Released only that 1 year and to that particular store. Big box for a big kit. One clever thing is that the parts of the box will be cut to create this as a diorama. So if you flip over on the back, you've got the basic background. Then you've got a cutout here for the foreground. Put Godzilla in the middle. I'll show you how all that works out because this also comes with actual buildings, tank, trains, and so on. On a side note, I think this was an IMAI Godzilla. It's supposed to be 1/350th scale. And if that's 1/350, then we'll see how it goes, I guess. But I had gotten this particular scale for a particular reason. Initially I thought this was 350, but all the reports say it's really about 220 or so. Maybe even smaller. Directions are pretty straightforward. Glue the body to the body. Where it does get complicated is over with the diorama. I've pre-taped a few pieces just to get an idea of how big this kit is. And if this doesn't start to give you an idea, then I don't know what will. Definitely as large as the box. The head was pretty cleverly built. You get the back, and then each side. The jaw looks pretty good. I'll get to that later on though. One thing that was noted in a review, I think over at Cult TV Man, was that the seams, or the detail gets really soft around the seams. So you can see there's some fairly nice crisp texture in there, but when you get down here, it's basically nothing. So there could be a lot of work involved with this kit, that's for sure. Assembly will be very straightforward. But if it comes down to the seam work, I mean, that's just flat right there. And down in here. So there could be a lot of, that's just terrible right there. Looks like someone melted it even. Scuffed up knee, flat, flat. So there's a lot of texture missing on this kit, which is a pretty big disappointment, but I did get a good price on it. So I don't mind too badly. And it's a challenge as well, which is always something to look forward to. Here's the two basic ground pieces. Which go together like that. There. So there's even a big seam right there to fill. Building comes in two pieces. I think this one goes over. Well, regardless of where it goes, it's definitely a nice piece. I don't know if I'll use it for the diorama or if I'll use it somewhere else. Train pieces are almost Z-scale. These are just a little bigger. Or Z-scale is just a little bigger, so it doesn't quite fit the proportions, but I may go to a hobby shop, train shop, and go and get a couple Z cars anyway, because it just adds so much more realism to it. There's a tank in here and a few other pieces. Here's one of the last pieces of trees. So all the more complicated pieces that need actual numbers and where they go, I tried to keep those here. A few of them is still slipped loose, but I'm actually thinking about some kind of iridescent pearl sort of color for these, which I'd have to paint separately from the body, so these may just stay off indefinitely until the very final touches. But I might just go ahead and glue some of the main pieces together rather than having them taped. There's no point in not doing that, at least. And once he actually starts to go together, I can consider what to do with the overall seams, because even a match like this is just horrible. So I'm seeing a lot of building up going on. But it should be good. It won't be as fast as I thought it would be. That's certain. But it will be fun regardless. And that everything fits back in the box definitely surprises me. So look forward to this one. I think the next update will have most of the major body pieces done together. I may start putting the diorama together as much as I can. What it comes down to is storage space at this point. This buildup is going to be so large that I need to find a place to put it before I actually really start it seriously. So like I say, I'll glue those main pieces together and catch up with you on the flip side.